Today, we'll be going over our predictions for the 2025 NCAA Wrestling Championships. Starting off at 125 pounds, clear favorite here is going to be Luke Lilledahl, standout freshman from Penn State. He looks like he's peaking at the right time. Although he has 2 losses, he went crazy at Big Tens, beat number 29 Joey Cruz, beat number 9 Caleb Smith, and took out Matt Ramos in a pretty convincing manner. He's going to have a tough matchup with Vincent Robinson, a guy from Illinois, another freshman in the ACC. He's a tough wrestler, pretty fast, but I think Lilledahl should handle business there. On the bottom side of the bracket, big guys here are going to be Eddie Ventressa of Virginia Tech and Matt Ramos of Purdue, of course. I expect to see these guys meet up in the semis. And Ramos is dangerous in March, but I think he'll get the win here, but not be able to take out Lilledahl once again, leading to Penn State having a champ at 125. At 133, we got some pretty good contenders here. A lot of veterans. I mean, Byrd's a veteran, Ayala's a veteran. Bailey's been wrestling for a while. Romney's looking really good. Those are the top 4 seeds, and I think on the top side, Lucas Byrd's going to make the finals for the Illini. He's going to have a tough matchup with Romney in the semifinals, but he looked great at Big Tens. I mean, the cow catcher he hit on Ayala was immaculate. On the bottom side of the bracket, though, between Ayala and Bailey, it's really a toss-up in my opinion. Bailey looked a little inconsistent in the beginning of the year, but looks like he's peaking at the right time. He's been undefeated since February, and I think he can take out Ayala. But in the finals between Bailey and Byrd, I got Byrd winning it for the Illini. Then at 141, which I think is going to be the toughest weight class to watch this year, it's got some pretty good guys. I mean, you got Brock Hardy, you got Beau Bartlett, you got Jesse Mendez, returning NCAA champ, Vance Von Bar, Brock Happel, and Andrew Lear is also another NCAA champ. So 6 guys who are all really good, and they've all beaten each other. Bartlett has wins over Mendez and Hardy, but he's lost to Von Bar and Mendez. Hardy has wins over Mendez and Von Bar, but lost to Bartlett. Mendez has wins over almost everyone, but he's also lost to Bartlett and Hardy. I mean, everyone's beating each other, so it's definitely a hard one to predict. But I think with these Penn State guys, I mean, we saw last year, Bartlett looked really good. He almost beat Mendez in the finals. I think he makes the finals once again and is able to take out whoever's out there on the top side and win the title. Then at 149, another tough weight class. Big guys here are going to be Caleb Henson, the returning NCAA champ. Then you also got Shayne Van Ness, Ridge Lovett, and Kyle Parko. All 4 of these guys are good, but I think Parko's looked a little rough in the postseason. Wouldn't really consider him as much of a contender as these other guys, but then again, Van Ness did have a tough Big Ten tournament as well. He dropped to 3rd place after losing to stud Cannon Webster in the semis, and Ridge Lovett ended up winning the Big Ten. So I think it's going to be tough between Lovett and Van Ness, but whoever wins, which I have right now as Lovett, I could see them beating Caleb Henson in the finals. So it's going to be a good one to watch, but I got Ridge Lovett winning it. Then at 157 pounds, this one, there's really only 2 big contenders, and that's Tyler Kasak of Penn State and Myers Shapiro of Cornell. And you might be wondering why Shapiro's a 2 seed. I mean, he has a loss on the year, and he's had a lot less matches against quality opponents compared to other these guys in the bracket. But that's mainly because he had a concussion earlier on in the season, missed a lot of weeks, and so he's wrestled a very limited match count. But even with that, his offense is insane. He's got great counter offense, great defense as well. So he's definitely a good contender here. As long as Jacori Teemer isn't 100% healthy, as it is looking right now, see Shapiro easily making the finals, meeting up with Kasak. And Kasak's had a great year. He's beat a lot of ranked opponents. He's beat Teemer. He's beat almost everyone in the bracket. So could definitely see him taking out Shapiro and winning the title for Penn State. Then at 165, I mean, there's only one real contender here, in my opinion, and that's Mitchell Mason Brink. He's pretty much dogged on everyone in this bracket. I mean, Mike Caliendo, he tacked him at one point. He had a close one with him at Big Tens, but that's just how it be sometimes when you wrestle the same guy multiple times, the score closens. But I mean, I wouldn't expect Mason Brink to lose at any point in this bracket. I expect him to easily win and get the title here. Then at 174, this one is another tough weight class. I mean, there's 3 really good guys here. You got Keegan O'Toole, multiple-time NCAA champ. You got Levi Haines, who won last year. I mean, he's a stud. Then you also got Dean Hamady. He was at Wisconsin last year, transferred over to Oklahoma State, and he's looked really good. His only loss has been to Keegan O'Toole. It was a very close match. I think O'Toole will definitely have a very easy path to the finals, should easily make it there. While Haines is going to struggle a bit with Hamady, but I think he'll be able to take him out. I mean, Haines has some great offense, and I think between O'Toole and Haines is going to get the win. O'Toole's looked a little bit off due to his injury, so I think Haines wins it here. Then at 184, there's 2 main contenders here. There's Carter Starocci and there's Parker Kekaisen. I mean, Dustin Plott is there as well. He was a NCAA finalist last year, but I expect Starocci to handle business against him. And Plott also lost to Angelo Ferrari earlier on in the year, so expect Starocci to easily make the finals here. While Keckeisen, you'll have his hands full a bit with Max McNally of Minnesota, but expect him to meet Starocci in the finals, and that's going to be a good match. A rematch of the All-Star Classic, and I think Carter Starocci gets it done here and denies Parker Keckeisen his first NCAA title. Then at 197, a good amount of contenders here. You got the favorite Jacob Cardenas of Michigan. He's looked great ever since the Cliff Keen Las Vegas Invitational. The only loss he's had has been to Josh Barr, who's a standout freshman from Penn State. Like I said, Josh Barr, I mean, that guy's also a stud. He's going to meet Cardenas in the semis. It's going to be a tough match, but I think Cardenas is going to be able to get revenge on him. While on the bottom side of the bracket, between Ferrari and Buchanan, I think at the start of the season, for most of the season at least, we would say that Buchanan would definitely be a favorite to win here, but I think he's looked a bit rough in the last few weeks, and I could see Ferrari getting the upset. Meeting up with Cardenas in the finals, I honestly got Ferrari winning this one. And at 285 pounds, go to the bank, take out all your money, and bet it all on Gable Steveson to win this weight class. He's looking unstoppable. He's definitely going to win this, in my opinion. But yeah, that's all for this video. We've got a bunch of NCAA wrestling content set up for this week for the championships, going over the upsets and predictions, stuff like that. So stay tuned, and peace, guys.